Hello, this is Lynn, and I am going to show you how I grow avocado plants. So the first thing I do is I take my avocado and I soak it in water for a day or two just to get it nice and wet. You can see actually the line from the knife when I cut the avocado open. I just take any avocado and you just see the little bottom of the avocado there. So it's looking good. So this part of it right here is the part that I will plant in the dirt. Now this is just a little yogurt container, you know, not very big. It's actually a miso container. And the soil is from the backyard. I make sure that it's damp all the way through. So I just basically wet the soil and then I just pop some in and I make sure it's damp and that it's airy, like it's not packed down. And then I take this, the bottom, this is where the pit will break open first, and I pop that into the top of the dirt, just sit in like that. Maybe I'll straighten it up a tiny bit. And then all I do is I just push it down a little bit and just snugs it, tells it, you know, just gets out a tiny bit of air. That's about it. And then I take the lid for the miso container. I think that's probably why I like this, is because it's clear and it just means I can keep an eye on it as it grows. So that's one of the things you might want to think about, is to make sure to have a clear top. So I like to see what's going on. And then that's it. Depending on the temperature and everything, it usually takes about six weeks for this to break through the pit. And I'll show you pictures as we go along. But for now, all I do is I pick this up and I just put it on the side of my windowsill and I just leave it there. What you'll see beside it is there's one that I've already grown. So I'll bring this one down. And this one actually is ready to be potted into a larger pot. You can see there's little buds there. And if you go all the way up to the top, you can see that it's growing there. So that's ready to grow out, or to be potted out into a bigger pot. And this one was planted in the jar, I'm going to say at least 2 months ago, a bit more than 2 months. This will stay in here for about 6 weeks, and you're not really going to see much. I open it up, give it a little bit of air, but other than that, you can check on it as many times as you want. I just keep the lid back on. If you see like any white mold or anything that's looking like, oh, there's too much, not enough air in there, too much dampness, you can just lightly leave the lid on like that, or you can even take it off for a tiny bit. But I generally just keep this on and give it a tiny bit of air, and then I just leave it probably for about 6 weeks until it sprouts, and then I'll take the lid off entirely, and then you'll see what happens, because it just grows and grows and grows. Okay, that's it. Check back in 2 weeks.